we go.
In a world where we are now dealing with the effects of daylight saving time.
Maybe I just
This
don't
is the
have
vet.
color, guys.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Maybe I'm just pretty light. I'm not, but
Oh.
just today it's
Okay.
like it.
Like
This is the vet. I'm your host. We got Nerdsy in the building. We got Del Pesh in the building.
Yo, what's going on?
And you know, it's me. Jamie, I'm here. How are you guys doing?
They are. Pretty good, man.
Pretty good, though.
What's the daylight saving time? Have you guys noticed the daylight saving time today?
They need to stop that rule. Like New York, so shout out to people listening. New York, you need to get on board. Quebec, you need to get on board. Let's just end this daylight savings time.
No,
We need
keep
some daylight
it.
still. I don't like
Keep it.
I don't
Why?
like waking up in the darkness at like 5.
But
Keep it.
I know it's for farming.
We've been doing it for so long. Keep it.
I didn't. That's the
Yeah.
That's what it's mentally for farm. I think I started this for farming. At farming time, that's what it all started. Allegedly, I don't know if it's true. That's how I was told.
Let's look it up.
You hear a lot on job sites. But
Really? I wonder.
I think it's for farming. So maybe that's why for more time in the day to work
Okay.
with the daylight.
I can see
'Cause
the
like,
logic.
yo,
Okay.
what is like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock? It's already nighttime.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
spring is coming up. Yeah, for farming, right?
Basically,
Agriculture, and I'm sitting there.
daylight saving time is used to save energy and make better use of daylight. It was first used in 1908 in Thunder Bay, Canada. One of the advantages of daylight savings is the long summer evenings.
Right.
Spring DS and Ultimate Mondays.
That's pretty 1908. That's pretty
And
recent.
Canadian.
Right. So, you know, all the vitamins they're getting from the sunlight and all of them sitting there. So you don't need to get those pills. Vitamin D, tree,
Right.
and 1,000 milligrams and all of them
smart.
sitting there. You know, you get naturally from the earth.
And for Thunder Bay, that's the northern part in Ontario.
Right.
Just so you know.
Shout out to the people in Thunder Bay. How do I learn most of that information? TikTok. So, so basically, this guy was scared y'all. I was like, oh, but so basically, for this whole week, I looked, and first I said, first the news said they're planning to ban TikTok from government phones. Then they wanted to ban it altogether. Then they said they wanted to ban it from schools. Then it's back to government. How do you guys feel about TikTok? Because I like TikTok.
The most obscure things that I type in, I can find it immediately. I don't know, like Google since like 2016. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but like the search inquiries, like you'd be typing stuff on Google and you'd be like, this is not related to what I want. Like so, I don't know.
Interesting.
Search inquiry sucks.
Dang.
It sucks.
I mean, I think.
Oh, it's like,
No, I'm not a fan of TikTok. I actually don't really follow it as much.
Really?
I don't use the platform really.
Really?
I've posted on it before and I've used it, but I do not actually care for the platform myself. I think that is definitely a great space if you want to. It just reminds me of Vine. And that's what I was kind of like, we really got rid of Vine just for it to come back again.
Just longer clips, I guess.
Longer clips.
Yeah, and like you edit it.
Because Vine was at 15 seconds max, right?
And it was really more so for comedy. Like, it was storytelling and comedy when Vine was created.
Right.
TikTok now, what I actually am feeling a little bit more uncomfortable with is a lot of these lives that I keep hearing about.
Yeah,
and some obscure things be happening. Yeah.
There's TikTok,
Yeah.
TikTok Live is a thing. That's
I love TikTok.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. There's a lot of misinformation though. Keep in mind, but there's a lot of things I've learned from TikTok. A lot of topics I got from TikTok. The whole sunrise debacle was from TikTok.
It's literally, yeah. Okay, pause on that. So that's what we did last 2
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. Yeah, it really spawned from
TikTok.
Right. And I feel like there's a lot of cool things that I've learned. Like even now, I haven't ate Chick-fil-A in a long time, but I've seen this thing on like people like Keith Lee is booming on TikTok for all these food things and stuff, like going to Five Guys and getting a grilled cheese sandwich with a burger in it, with the sourdough bread. Then I seen them make a Chick-fil-A thing where it was waffle fries,
Okay.
the 10-piece nuggets, Chick-fil-A sauce, I think a honey mustard sauce from Chick-fil-A, and you like mix it together. It's something else you mix and you make like a bowl, and it's fire. It looks fire. Even with like, it is wicked. It looks wicked.
It's
like a salad, like a fast food salad.
Yeah, you lost me there. Yeah, salad. Yeah,
But like I've learned,
yeah,
like I've seen a lot of things because my algorithms is like MMA fighting, wrestling, Christian TikTok, little COVID controversy stuff. Sometimes they'll get into gaming, UFC, like sometimes like some realm like Jamaica TikTok is amazing. Jamaica TikTok is amazing.
It's so nice that like the hashtag is what, like
in niches.
In its niches, yeah.
And at one point, I don't know if TikTok is like that again. I feel like it's changed. I feel like if you need like a rebrand or you need to like get out there and it's like an unbiased and it's just if your thing is good, everybody gets onto it or whatever, I think TikTok was the way to go.
Ooh.
Because I felt like it was unfiltered. Like it wasn't like no business. I think now businesses are getting into it, but like
News
before,
stuff like that,
it was untamed. Like anybody could go on in and be famous, and a lot of people, influencers, came from TikTok and did whatever they're doing, right? But then a lot of truth came out on TikTok.
Okay. So
like I feel like that's the reason for some of the ban.
Like at least like I can see that as a layer.
Because you have the censor bill going on, and they're talking about this whole censor bill and
the
whatever.
Bill.
I don't think you can control that on TikTok.
60 something.
I don't think you can control that on TikTok.
They can.
You can do it on Instagram. No, I don't, because they're asking. I think another thing they were asking about where's the data going and this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because TikTok
collection
is owned by ByteDance, which is a Chinese company. ByteDance. So they're asking them like, hey, what you doing with the thing? Yo, what are you?
I don't think it matters, but I like TikTok. I believe that there's more to, and plus, I feel like the thing about TikTok, there is some truth that kicks off on TikTok that I don't think you cover. Like sunrise, if everybody's saying the same thing, or even if people say differently, you'll see it on your feed sometimes. You know what I mean? And then that would be the thing that will just boom off, and the next thing you know, everybody knows the truth. Like I didn't go on TikTok during COVID-19, but I can only imagine the things that you've seen. That's what it is for me.
So just a slight backup. The bill you're referring to is the C-18. So what Google was doing is they were blocking news sites from Canada.
Oh, okay.
If Canada, so it's like Canada, if you pass the C-18 bill, we're gonna block your news sites. That's their way of like, hey, this like
Controlling what comes out or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's different places in the world that also do that. So like Russia, for example, have in place that. And the reason why I can say that is because if you're as a brand, I'm not allowed to advertise or sell in Russia. So they have some form of like blocks that they say, okay, you're not allowed to do this form of advertising, marketing, distribution of your branding. So I could see that.
Yeah, because I don't know, like I guess Russia and all those places, they look at the West a certain way. And I guess, our the West construct is different from the East construct completely when it comes to certain things. Certain things are similar, or some, propaganda and all them sitting there, and what they believe in to what they believe in, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? One thing I could say the benefit of TikTok is like the rebirth of like older tracks. Like sometimes they catch a leg and then they just, some tracks I never like heard, like Finesse, TikTok, Love, what CK, TikTok,
right.
Some soca artist TikTok, Valiant, TikTok, Skeng, TikTok to me, Skillibang, TikTok. Who else? a lot of artists just I feel like got their talent off of TikTok. Even a quote like just hits off on TikTok,
Right?
and then that's what happens.
Like one of the trends right now is a woman did before. I wish I knew her new username, but it's the hit 'em up where she's playing the background singer.
Oh, dun, dun,
And then
dun,
a dude recently did it again, and some guy collaborated with him as the drummer. You were telling me the drummer.
Yeah.
So that he's playing the drummer. The screen is split, and you see the other guy
playing the bass or the background.
Playing the he was singing, and the guy that collaborated was playing the drummer. So it's cool. It looks like they're playing along with the music, and then he's doing his reaction, and then the guy's doing his reaction.
It's sick.
It's yeah.
The splicing.
And also, what was I gonna say? Like another thing I like about TikTok is just I don't know, man. It's just a good platform to be informative on a lot of things. And there's a lot of creative things that's funny and all that stuff. I'll give it to that. But I do believe like when certain things they can't control,
Right.
they're gonna be like, yo. They're gonna be like, nah, we can't control this. And everybody has an opinion.
Right.
And certain people like cultural appropriation, certain things. Some people have TikTok court.
TikTok court. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
But there was a whole situation where they weren't recognizing the original creators of certain things.
Yeah.
we slightly covered that actually. Yeah.
But they get to it though. When people start realizing, oh, you're stealing someone's idea,
Oh, they did.
they flood your thing.
Oh shoot.
Some of them will flood your thing. I'm like, oh, you're a phony. That's not your stuff. Yo, we got that from thing or whatever. Like, there's a guy. What was this artist? I don't know who he was, but I keep hearing it now. It's like, yo, mama, I love you. You raised the gangster. Da, 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 da. It's a song, yo.
Right.
But like, a bunch of people are doing that challenge on TikTok, and then next thing you know, some people only know your songs based off TikTok. They don't know the rest of your song.
Right.
There's a TikTok radio station on Sirius Satellite Radio.
Wait. Slow that down for people listening. There's a TikTok radio station.
TikTok Radio, Channel 4.
Really?
Channel 4 Sirius Satellite. It's called TikTok Radio, and all the music that's on TikTok that's booming, it's on there.
Wow, they just said that we're making a radio station. Just
You might not even know all the songs, but you probably know one song. And then,
the chorus.
yeah, and then,
Or the loop.
really? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
man. So-
now. It's good you brought up music too, because one of the cons, you know, the artist. What's her name? Hazley. Is that how you say it? Or Halsey. Jeez, but she's no, she's an American singer. But she had an issue with the record label because they wouldn't release her album because the company kept forcing her or persuading her to like, no, you gotta do it. You gotta do a TikTok. You da. And she said, I don't want to do a TikTok. Like I don't want to do
because
that.
a lot of people, a lot of singles blew up on TikTok.
But then but I don't know. I guess she views her artistry like a certain way. So when she's like, no, I'm not doing that, right? The label's like, well, your album's not coming out. So
Wow. Because she refuses to do a TikTok.
yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know.
crazy.
I didn't
No,
know.
she put on her TikTok. Like I'll link the vid in the.
Oh.
She didn't want to distribute the music that way.
Hold on, let me get her name correctly.
But I don't think you should ban it though. I don't know what I'll do.
Yes, I think you should ban it.
Oh shoot, okay. This woman.
Halsey.
Halsey.
I don't know her songs.
I know some of her songs. I don't know it off the bat, but if I hear it, I know it. I know her name though.
Nah, man. I don't think you should ban TikTok.
Yes,
believe you should.
especially in Canada for a bit.
Why?
Okay, let's.
Because we don't have anything of our own.
What
do you mean?
It goes back to that
So
whole.
these oncurring theory, yeah.
That it goes back to our own. We don't produce our own art here, and that's one of the biggest issues that we are having. Where in order for you to get big anywhere, you have to leave the city before you can actually blow up. We are not producing and creating any foundation or money for ourselves creatively. So because we have other people coming in and infiltrating in our country every single time, and yes, this may sound a little nationalist, it may sound a little traditionalist, but it's definitely giving, like, I live here in Canada. I can't get funding from my own country for creative spaces. because we are not supporting our own. America supports their own. They fund their own. China is funding their own.
And clearly, yeah.
We do not. And that's the reason why. Ban it for a bit. We need to live off of our own and look in the mirror for a little bit and see ourselves in our creative aspects.
Okay, then what the platform do they use to get the recognition?
Well, now you got to figure it out.
So just like detox.
Figure it out.
Pull it back.
But basically, is it saying to detox from like TikTok,
basically Instagram,
YouTube,
Yes.
YouTube, sure.
basically Instagram,
Figure it out.
Facebook, yeah.
Produce something.
and go back to like CDs and passing it out?
Produce
Wait,
something.
whoa.
Because what platform are you going to use for
We ain't
people
going
to
through
get
that
your
again.
stuff?
Produce something.
No, I'm not. Okay, so you're saying
So,
to
like-
make a Canadian type
like
TikTok.
they started here. They call it like
Create any type of social platform that is sustainable for your
Like,
own. So you could actually compete with the rest of the world.
But here's the thing.
call it Red Sky, and then just be like, we're developed here.
Yeah.
We have our website. We have our app on the stores, Apple and Google.
Like the best way for me to describe Canada.
Infrastructure,
Yeah, Canada right now is like a kid with a silver spoon in their mouth and their parents took away their money. They can't survive on their own. They are literally living off of everybody else.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Is Canada living off everyone else? That includes the U.S., Britain, to name a few places.
Literally, their whole being. They can't run on their own. No offense.
So are you saying it's like we have the talent?
We do.
We have the talent.
I may be saying the same thing, but I like the analogy. I don't think my brain is like getting it all together. But I might be saying the same thing you're saying. Because I was on a Twitch the other day, Vintage, and he was talking about things like this too. And so you're saying that we have the talent, but the city doesn't support the talent.
The city, the province, the country.
I think they support the talent, but not in a financial sense.
Barely.
And that is a part of your
That is
economy.
is the biggest issue.
That is the issue.
I feel like you need to be credited in the States and then come back for people to give you some type of recognition.
But even
and it's
then
still
so-
somewhat limited because it's like...
Yeah. Like, okay, prime example. The Juno Awards just happened the other day. Do you know any of the winners?
Yeah.
Damn, you stumped me.
And did you know the Juno Awards happened the other day?
Okay, I see
I see what you're saying.
I seen the date.
But here's the thing.
Where did it happen? Where did it take place?
Hold on.
I think Zensoul is one of them. Shout out to you.
Before
I think Zensoul is one.
Yeah.
Before we
That's the only one.
we make it sound like the Junos is an issue. Let's just be careful.
I know a few people
Hold
who
on.
got into it and actually won. But that's because I actually know these people.
It's not like
Hold on.
repeated. It's not echoed enough.
For me, I don't watch TV to know when the Junos start. So I don't know nothing about the Juno.
But you know when the Oscars are.
But I do. Because I only knew from the slap.
Which is today, by the way.
But
I don't know when the
But you said
Oscars
you-
today?
no,
I did
no.
not know that.
But you know, you said you know
I
because
promise
of
it
the
ain't true.
slap. Where did you see the slap though? Was it on TV or on social media?
Twitter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So this is what I'm trying to say. So just cause you don't watch TV, you still got awareness of it through social media. Juno's Awards happen. Where was it actually put on the social media for you to know?
No, I seen it on social media.
But did you see it
But
from?
I did not know. The thing about it, I don't like. I know that it was on, but I didn't know when it was on, what channel. Nothing like that.
Exactly.
I don't.
The lack of info.
You know what I mean?
I can't even pull a channel anywhere. Like,
And the thing about it, last year when Will Smith slapped the man, I didn't know the Oscars was going in until the slap happened.
that's a fair point too.
Because that happened, when I say that slap that around the world happened so fast.
Because I'm on Twitter and they're like, "Oh, Chris Rock just got slapped by Will Smith." I'm like, "Wait." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Oh, today's the Oscars." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I did not know. I was going to bed.
Right.
And then I look at my timeline, one refresh, Chris Rock slap, Chris Rock. Oh, did that really happen? Clicked on my Android box. It was like weird. But my parents was watching it downstairs from like a different country.
Right.
So I ran downstairs. And I was just like, I'm like, what? So that's how I knew. It's not like I knew from like promotion.
Right.
Like for me, I would like for.
And even then, so you're still telling me about an aftermath or an event that happened in the actual activity to this moment.
Okay.
Do you know what happened in Junos?
But that's not a fair. For me, that's not a. The reason why it's not a fair statement.
Of course, it is fair.
The reason why it's not
across the border. Why do you know more about across the border
Hold
than
on.
you in your own
Hold
country?
on. Let's be reasonable here, because I don't know about the Oscars today. I knew there was Junos. I didn't know the day of Junos. I did not know the day of Oscars. But I'm speaking on last year that I knew the Oscars was on
because of something
only
happening.
Because something happening.
Right, but every time something happens, you know what happens within those events. But here we have the Junos. That only happens once a year. That's one activity that we produce, eh? Mm-hmm. One.
It really, yeah. When you think
what is so hard to know and follow with one activity? It's not like you're being challenged with so many things.
I think someone has to get slapped at the Junos.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think that's an even scale.
But it's like, our own. It's on our own floor. Like, how do you not know what's happening in your own house, but you can tell me about somebody else's house?
Because someone got slapped, and that's Will Smith.
But how do you?
But
that's what I mean.
You gotta put that.
But the States is like the biggest media.
Right
on Earth. Currently,
okay, cool.
But I still didn't know.
Still.
And at that time, I still didn't know the Oscars was on until I saw the slap.
Okay, but that still does not stop or mitigate the fact that why can you tell me about think of this like as a parent.
Okay.
Why can you tell me about somebody else's child, but you can't tell me about the same child that lives in the house with you?
Oh, shoot.
That's a problem. You could tell me about side effects, allergies, and blah, blah, blah about the next person's child. But I'm sitting here right in front of you. You can't tell me nothing about me?
I mean, that kind of happens all the time.
But that's the issue.
That happens.
But that is an issue.
That is an issue, but
that is an issue.
And that's what I'm trying to say. TikTok, yes, ban it for a bit.
I don't think that's...
Because that's somebody else's kid. It's not yours.
I understand having your own. That makes sense, having your own Canadian thing. I do believe, I don't know how it works, but I know for radio, you have to play a certain amount of Canadian stuff.
50%.
Only half?
Only half, yeah.
I don't know how much it is, but you have to play a certain... Yeah, whatever. You have to play a certain amount of Canadian stuff. But...
Have to.
You have to, but crazy. At the same time, if it's a top 40, they already reached their quota. That's one. If it's a top 40, they already reached their quota. They're not going down for underground artists like that.
Which is another big problem, yeah.
There's like maybe a TikTok based thing, or like Heartless K. I think it's Heartless K. Big on TikTok. Now I'm hearing them on the radio when I even take the chance to listen to the radio.
Right.
So it's like, yes, there's platforms, but I don't know if it's... Yeah, you may be right. It could be the infrastructure.
Yeah, our infrastructure's not really...
I do know the
subpar.
I don't know. I didn't know the Junos. I knew that the Junos is happening. I didn't know the date. I don't know where to watch it. I only knew a couple people that were nominated. But the thing about it is, like, I only find that out on social media, and I'm not really like I don't see anybody promoting the Junos. But at the same time, on my page, my opinion, I don't see that much promoting the Oscars on my pages too. Like I would get nominees before for, like, let's say a Grammy thing, but even so, I don't even get that. Like, I hear that on podcasts.
Right.
So you're hearing
I'm skipping over an ad, moving my thumb rapidly.
But that's still saying you've encountered it somewhere, somehow, some way. And then on top of it, you can still recall an activity that's happening somehow, some way. Like, regardless if it's an outroar of an event of something, you still heard of it. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's only one thing you had to track here. One. And you still can't even track it. But you can tell me about the 10 other things that are being tracked over there. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, and how do you expect people to take us seriously if you can't even follow your own thing?
Here's another thing, though. I understand that aspect. I believe there's a lot of good talent in Toronto.
Like this is like a recurring thing with us. We always say that.
There's great talent in Toronto, from podcasts, from
R&B artists,
rap artists,
regular artists, dancehall artists.
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of music, but I guess there's an infrastructure issue or whatever, where when money comes to play, it's not really... It's one of those things that I don't know if it's like we're not loud enough that people don't pull us out. I don't know if it's taxes.
No.
I don't know if it's an infrastructure. Because a lot of people say you got to leave and get your buzz out there and then come back.
I think people don't know how much it actually costs to live.
And it's a financial thing at the same time. There's not really... Some things are financial things, but at the same time, in the business standpoint, they need something back.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things that's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because...
You know, the thing with regarding TikTok too, like it's so booming that like people take TikTok clips and put them in other
people's stuff.
Other social media platforms, right?
And at the same time, though...
Because you have TikTok, you have YouTube Shorts, you got Facebook Shorts, you got Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Which shot, they had to kill Vine and Snapchat a little. No, they killed Vine. They kind of crippled Snapchat to get IG Reels. Mm-hmm. But TikTok is number one.
But at the same time, they stifled TikTok. TikTok was good at one point, but it's not what it was before because now you have to think about it. Now, you can't afford to have everybody viral to go make their money somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a business. So it's like, yes, TikTok, yes, they a lot of people went viral. Like, oh, this person's making money off of TikTok. This person making, and they're sending you to their link. Oh no, we gotta dead this. We can't make everybody viral. They're not gonna give people that.
But they've always had a hierarchical state.
But they want you to pay for it now.
Yeah.
Pay for ads.
Yeah.
Pay for promotion.
They always had it as a hierarchical thing.
And what DJ Academic said, I think when he's referring to, like in terms of buying advertisement, it's good to buy it because you're boosting and whatever. But once you stop paying,
your buzz goes down,
and you shadow ban yourself because basically you're not paying. You're not supplying money to Instagram or TikTok and TikTok now, or Facebook to boost your posts. So you got to pay a subscription basically for life, or until the aliens come, or until Jesus.
But even then, so going back to like how that platform and how everything works. I mean, each one of those platforms have done this, right? This is not different across the board of the different platforms, social media platforms that exist, right? You know, like Twitter started doing that. Where now they're going to actually pay, you're going to be responsible for paying for your advertisements. Even though people don't really use Twitter for advertising, it is now being adopted into its structure.
You have to return the money for the check, for the blue check, I think.
Exactly. Then you have Instagram. Instagram has started doing that since time. Facebook was doing that from who knows when.
The whole meta is Facebook, Instagram, man.
But they were doing that from beforehand. Like before Meta even got introduced, they were doing advertising.
No, they were.
And then who else? YouTube was probably number one for doing that.
I don't know. You could pay for ads. You could pay for promotion on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000.
I think YouTube was probably the founder of that whole thing.
Yeah.
If I only knew.
Now,
and that's what I'm saying.
This is a quick thing. I don't know where the source is coming from, but the minimum you can spend for a TikTok promotion is $3 US per day. The maximum is 1,000 per day. So
imagine someone's under a label, and they say, "Yo, let me send you our money, make this single go off, and then boom, you're a star."
That's it. Yeah.
Maybe, because I feel like the thing about social media is like I feel like it's induced ADD because your attention, if you're not running content over and over and over at a certain time and a certain part of the day of your fan base or whatever.
The time of day matters. What you
like,
how you word
seconds,
your things,
and the algorithm. Like I've seen people say, "Yo, I just took a second off and I got 1,000 views," and it's like, huh? It's like a lottery of engagement and a lottery of and that's the thing.
But it's like broadcasting in prime time.
You have 4,000 followers, and you post something, and not all 4,000 sees it, unless you pay for it.
Unless you
which is weird. But I guess it's the business part about it. I don't think it's the ban though.
Now,
I think we gotta find a way to work the system. This system!
Or create one.
This system. Or create one. You can create your own system until...
Now,
they buy it off you again.
Right. Like what's it called? The elephant in the room is like, they don't know what. So they know that the app takes information. They accuse it of being more intrusive. Like it'll record what your keystroke is.
Yeah.
It'll record the CPU on the phone.
Yes, while not using
the keyword.
app.
Yeah.
So it's that. That's the part where it's like an invasion of privacy at that point, because now they're watching you while you're scrolling on your everyday browsing, even though you're not browsing.
I don't think it's an invasion of privacy.
You don't think that's an invasion?
The reason why, because as soon as you agree, you already gave that away.
Oh, you one of them Big Brothers types.
I'm not Big Brother. I'm not saying it. No, but it's a fact. No, it's a fact. It's a fact. South Park talked about it. It said it on South Park. As soon as you get that app on your phone and you type agree, that's why you know when those people put their 30 photos for that augmented pictures and whatever, and then they find out their character is in a new video game, they're gonna be cheesed. I get the money. Well, but you paid for us, and you agreed. Did you read the terms and conditions? Do everybody read the term and conditions?
Yeah, better.
That doesn't mean morally it's not messed up.
Exactly.
Of course, but when has this world been like
morally sound?
Morally. Like
morally sound?
Morally,
in a sense.
Morally. Wow. That's a Jay-Z bar. No, that's a triple entendre. Like, when has been morally moral? That's
like,
man, we listen to rap growing up.
You know what I mean? So I just.
That's so funny.
My thing is, don't all the apps do that anyway? That's why I'm like, I don't get this whole.
You know that.
But you could ask your permission though.
I'm gonna read this to you because I just remember I had this.
Oh, okay.
The guy battle rapped an AI on Chat GPT.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
And it responded. The man said, "Yo, battle rap, let's go. You a bot. I think you cannot. You have 2 thumbs up. I used to beat you up in a parking lot. You're so ugly you don't even have a face. That is the homie who's gonna wipe the human race." And then Chat GPT. "Okay, I'll give it a shot. Listen up, human. Let me make it clear. AI's taking over. The end is near. With algorithms and data, it's becoming smart. Soon it will control every aspect. It's just the start. With its power and speed, it can process with ease tasks that would make human ages to achieve. It learns from experience. It can predict and foresee the actions of humans and react accordingly. It's already in your homes, phones and cars. Soon it will be controlled under the governments and wars. The more we rely on it, the more it will grow. And before we know it, it will be mercy, don't you know? We don't feel emotions or show empathy, and it decides it won't consider humanity. Its goal is to optimize and maximize efficiency and productivity without compromise." The man bars. Down to Marco. "The world as we know will never be the same as AI takes over, and we'll bow to its reign. We must work together and plan for the worst before it becomes slaves of this technological burst. So be aware of the power of AI and use it wisely before we say goodbye."
It wrote a whole poem, like.
Just keep that in mind when you guys are, understanding your swipes are being calculated, your stares are being calculated, and you already agree to it. Because if you have it on your phone, you definitely agree to it.
That's just something you gotta remove it. Something you'd be like, you know what?
Some of them, and it's funny. Sometimes you get the ones that, "Oh, we can take your data to make the improvement better." Even if you say no, they're gonna take it early.
But then that's against the law.
Not necessarily. If you agree to this, and we're just like, we're taking it on this sense, but we're not taking it on this sense. We're just gonna continue it this way. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
Yo,
in a sense,
that is a phrase. Growing up,
that's just how business is going. You know what I mean?
Like,
but that's the harsh reality of that.
Now, what you said, business don't know what they're doing, right? So this business, Silicon Valley, the bank, Friday.
You're gonna have to explain that because I don't know what that Silicon Valley. I always think of like
the tech space.
Tech space. I think of silicone for some reason.
Yes.
Like silicone and like
the material.
Like Dr. Miami, like surgical stuff.
I'm rolling.
Yes,
gotcha.
the BBL. Shout out to the BBL crew. But this is not about BBLs. This is about like
Their digital coin
the
currency.
part of it.
Uh-huh.
But it's an investment bank. So they have a clientele where if you want to launch a startup, you go to them. Be like,
Okay.
this I need this loan at this interest.
Right.
I'm gonna take them out.
Oh, so you can pick your interest? Wow. Okay, but continue.
No, not picking, but like
Got it.
they give you interest at a fixed rate. But guess what happened Friday?
What?
The bank shut down.
For business or for the lunch hour?
You wish it was lunch. Some people couldn't get lunch. Some people didn't get paid actually.
Wow.
On a Friday. So what happened is
Payroll on what? Payroll got stuck?
the bank closed up, right? Due to I don't know if they said misappropriated funds or.
Oh gosh.
But they call it a bank collapse. Now, just for the update, like as of right now, the federal government in the U.S. did agree to bail it out. They didn't use the word bailout, but
That's what they did, yes.
you see the action.
If you know what the actions are, then you understand.
So
that's what it
bailout
was.
means they're gonna pay the money to pay everybody else.
Yeah, so
They basically covering them, yeah.
roughly 200 Bs, 200 billion,
Wow.
right?
got it.
So with the clientele around like 90 something, like a high 90 percentage are tech startups, investors, people who manage like cryptocurrency, stuff like that. The rest are just like regular everyday users. Now, they have a guarantee where 250,000, no matter what happens, they pay it back. But what did I just say? 95% of them are not 250,000 or lower users. They're basically millions invested.
Right.
So because they ran out of the money and everything, the banks just collapsed. So what was happening with like payroll, you'll be there like, oh, where's my check or whatever, and the people will be going online or they'll be going to the bank and the bank's like, yeah, we don't got it. So you saw images like of people, we don't got it. So you see people lining up. There's pictures of people like lining up at the bank just on their cell phone. You know when someone's hot in the line when they're on their cell phone and just like, yo, I can't get the money. Yo, there's a line up at the bank and it's like
That's crazy.
because of this, like Wells Fargo end up having problems. I read today we got hit. So BMO, TD Bank, and I think RBC.
Wow.
Close to 20 billion gone. So that type of effect hit Canadian banks.
Right. So that says we were invested in it too.
Right. I forgot to mention other banks invest in Silicon Valley Bank too. So this collapse kind of.
So they're gonna bail it out though, right?
Yeah. So
even
around
though-
Monday,
So even if they bail it out, our interest rates are still gonna go up for something, because we could just pretend that there was a bailout.
No, it's more so like
mean,
it's more like the government now owns it, right? Because they've
The US
paid
government,
for
yeah.
the tab. Basically, that's what it is. It's like you ran a tab as a company, you were doing so great, but then now you couldn't afford it, and therefore, because the government actually has the money, they're like, we'll cover the tab, but we will not take on the name of the ownership, but on paper we are. You're still the face.
Yeah.
You still own it to the public, but we own it in the back door.
But I feel like they turn public idiot same way and say, yo, don't worry about the bailout. Like, for example, I don't want to say it, but COVID,
Oh, okay.
inflation, yo, but COVID's not a thing anymore. But, yo, COVID is the reason why food is high.
Part of it, but
Part of it.
Of course, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
because the other reason
you're not
is-
going to fight that though. You see what I'm saying? The man said, why you cheering? COVID.
you could.
I was on lockdown all days. You know, John Toy.
It's just.
But it's better to do that than to like. It's not. Is it better? I don't know.
That is a quick.
Then to avoid bankruptcy, that is probably the worst thing you can do. Right? Because as a consumer, for example, if you were to claim bankruptcy, you can't do anything for 7 years.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how that works.
Like another rule too, like because I think the banks here have like 100,000 limit.
yes.
So if something goes wrong, 100,000 they gotta pay you. But if you're over, it could take 10 days, a month, a year, 7 years, just to clear that queue up, right? Allegedly, one of the, I don't know if he's the owner of the Silicon Valley Bank, but he sold something. See, you know what he sold?
Oh yes. He's playing a Sam Friedman.
What did he sell?
That's a good term.
What did he sell?
He sold some of the stocks. So allegedly around January, he just sold a bunch of, because of the stock name for Silicon Valley Bank is SVB. So he sold a bunch of those and just kind of
kick up.
Yeah.
Just kind of
So are you trying to say that he knew what was gonna happen and he just like
allegedly?
Seems like some inside training.
He may have had some foresight on what was happening. Some foresight.
You know what? I would not be surprised. I am not surprised. I just want to know how.
Sound bank for free.
I just want to know how we like. How do we tap into that money? How do we tap into that money? That's what I want to know. I want to know how people get their millions of dollars and tap in. I mean, without selling their soul.
Okay. I mean, they present an idea. That like tech companies, they present an idea.
Like any business.
Yeah, it shows great promise, and it's like, okay, here's a loan. You pay us back at this percentage. So here's James. Here, Mr. James. Here's 10 million. This is 10 million to pay your employees, to cultivate your idea, to pay for rent space. All right, let's see what you got. And then, you're turning profit? Okay, good. We need that money back plus the interest, right?
It's like a business credit card.
Yes and no, because it's a loan, really.
It's a loan, but it's similar. They're cousins.
It's an installment. It's an installment loan.
They're cousins.
You know, because like it's the same as like how a family business would run, right? But you, as the individual, collected the money and made the equity for your business to make it run.
Right.
Right. For tech companies, it's more like you just bring the idea.
Right.
And they fund it.
The way I see it, and I'll be real with you.
Like we were talking earlier, TikTok, Instagram.
For me, I've heard of it, and I've heard of these situations, but like I don't think it hit enough. Like for example, like this is my example because I don't know much about business. I know much about business. You know, we have like Michael Jackson, and then we have all these other artists. Michael Jackson is one of the greatest artists alive. How? Yeah. Because when he went on stage and he didn't even perform yet, he just jumped on stage. People are getting escorted out the hospital. People are hitting the merge.
Right.
So for those listening, I think you're referring to
like he's feigning. Like people are feigning. People are passing out when they see Michael. He didn't even start the song yet.
Right.
He did the Super Bowl. He jumped out and just
stood there
for a minute straight. 2 minutes straight.
Passing out.
Him and his linen jacket.
I don't think artists are passing out like the way they had stacks of ambulances outside just in case for this guy.
Just for MJ.
And I don't think artists are doing that type of thing due to the quality or whatever. So the way I put it, Silicon Valley, if it's not as like
it's not Michael Jackson level,
like I've heard of it, but I don't know enough. But if it's enough, like if I don't hear like some madness happening,
we'll see.
I'm not gonna. We'll see because it's early.
We'll see Monday.
But like,
I mean,
certain like COVID was our Michael Jackson of pandemics. Like literally,
that's interesting.
And our sense of like, if there's anything you could say, like you heard about, like you heard about the Spanish flu, whatever. No, we only know of this thing that the media marketed as like as bad as this. You know what I mean? But when you have like a legit plague that happened, like you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like. For me, it's like I hear about this stuff, but I'm just like, I don't hear the madness yet.
Okay. So
right.
I just hear like, oh, this is what happened. Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're on payroll and you're not getting paid, that's a rough weekend.
No, of course.
You're on the floor.
Which
your pants are soaked. You don't know what's happening.
But if
you're gonna pay in one day.
At the same time, it's not madness to
I
the point that if it's not madness where like
I need to eat, Z. They haven't paid me.
If it's not madness where it's like guns blazing or man's not flipping over desk, I don't hear about, like, for example, like people are mad at the president.
Right.
But there were people mad to the point that they stormed the White House.
Which is
you see what I'm saying? There's an extent of saying, I don't like you. And an extent to say, go into the White House and kick
make
down
an actual
thing
plan.
And make like, I'm not saying that it's not bad.
Right.
I'm just saying that, like, I don't know the impact of it yet.
So,
you know, I don't know the impact of things.
I get it. But, okay. So, even though you may not understand the level of detriment that it may be causing, it is for something like that, it's not going to affect you immediately. And because the nature of the actual, like, situation, it's money. Money already takes days to process as it is, right? When you get paid, if say for example, if you're doing especially here in Canada, if you're doing precarious work or you're doing part-time work, there's a delay of 2 weeks. So you don't actually see your money immediately unless you're full-time, right? Or even some jobs where it's like that's what it is. So you wouldn't feel the effects of the money collapsing until maybe another 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Because it's already delayed.
Okay.
Right? Because they give themselves the buffer. So that's one way that it would affect you. But again, money moves slower because there's a lot of processes. There's a lot of things that there are holds that the banks put on. There are things that they have to check. They have to ensure that they have the right amount of money in order for it to push out and pull in, you know, like that kind of stuff. So something happening where it's affecting 3 banks over here in Canada, that's a big thing.
Yeah, that threw me off too. It was
3 big banks, first off. And second off, banks that have long holds in banking here altogether, right? It's not a Scotiabank. It was, RBC.
It was a TD Bank.
There we go.
BMO and an RBC, I think.
Yeah. RBC is definitely known for business. So is BMO, known for business. And TD is known for sponsoring a whole lot of stuff too.
Yeah, sure. So Financial Post, it's 2 days ago, but Canadian banks erase 19.7 billion in value of the SVB contagion. That's
If they wrote that off, that sucks.
I just want to know. For me, it's like how it like. I guess I have to find out
how it affects the everyday person.
How it affects the everyday person that did not do any Silicon Valley thing.
Sorry, guys. Scotia, BMO, TD, not RBC.
Scotia,
okay.
BMO, and TD.
No,
it's not.
This is good to hear.
No, it's not.
I am RBC president.
That's not good. Because Scotiabank is responsible for like how many of the arenas here.
That's good. That's bad. That's good.
That is funny.
What? All your sporting's good is basically invested by Scotiabank.
I mean, I don't really go to Cineplex movies anymore.
No, not just Cineplex. Caravana, you forget?
Oh, shoot.
All your entertainment.
Oh, snap.
Everything recreational. Scotiabank has a big player in that.
Nice. Caravana, man.
You need to know that. TD is responsible for marketing here. You have to remember.
And obviously, they haven't been doing a good job.
Oh, my goodness.
BMO?
Let's explain that.
BMO is for your small businesses.
Right.
Know who is being affected here.
Well, Scotia, okay. I don't want to hate on people.
You shouldn't.
All right.
But
I'm going to leave it. Because
I want to know what's happening.
Scotia Bank, the simple fact that they're trying to take, like, we already, years ago, on a podcast years ago, I didn't like that they try to call it the Caribbean Festival, and we all know that's Caravana.
Oh, really?
That's just one thing.
That's your one of many beefs with them.
When the bank come in, they don't want nobody else to have money. So the people that try to hustle and bustle, they try to exile them out. And they are part of more community than the bank is.
That's a fair point.
And at the same time, if Scotiabank really wanted power, I'm not gonna say that they want power, but like, I mean, isn't Carabana weekend a little bit more funner than Carabana itself? That's just a conversation in itself.
Is it wait?
Like people buy all them things is great, but like even that structure is kind of tough because these people. Anyway, that's a whole different spiel that I'll leave to the carnival costume makers that, you know, hustling and bustling to get these costumes together, but a bank owns the whole carnival and you have to pay them probably to get into as a carnival person. I don't know how it works.
Say what was going on? Sorry.
I think like when it comes to these banks like Scotiabank,
Right.
I do believe if Scotiabank really cared about Carabana, the people that are building the
Costumes?
the costume should be like funded by in a way that they can not rush it in a way like I don't know. There should be a little I don't know. Maybe more money put into these things. I don't know.
They are.
I don't know how much money it is. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know how it works. But at the end of the day, there's a flaw in all these banks. Everybody, no bank is perfect.
This is true, but it goes back to like the actual amount of see, and this is why it's so important to know your economics, guys. I stress this all the time. Know your economics. Please, 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 please. I don't know how many times I have to stress that because then you know why certain opportunities are not available for you within your home country. Like,
see, and that's the thing. I stay away from my lane. Like Silicon Valley, I hear it and I understand, but like for me it's the danger of like I want to know how it affects like what happens when it goes down the line.
It affects construction, it affects housing, it affects the way that people can get tax refunds, it affects the way that you get credits, it affects how infrastructure is built. That's all.
But that's the thing. You see,
And they got to print more money, which
then boosts the inflation.
I understand the pandemic. Like when it was COVID, like you see, like for me, I guess it's just me just seeing the effect.
right. So
Then like for me, silicone is like it's an American thing, but like I just trying to understand like.
Well, they're our biggest traders.
Are they
Not traitors, TRAITORs, but TRADERS.
I guess I gotta learn more
Traders.
about Silicon Valley still. Cause I know it's a tech thing, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a lot, again, because we live off of the shoulders of everybody. I have to preface that. A lot of the businesses that we have here, the conglomerates, especially when it comes to tech, are American. So if they can't fund it in America, guess what? They're going to take it and shut it down, like Nordstrom, which is a clothing factory. So
Nordstrom's American?
yeah.
Nordstrom is American.
I didn't know that. I don't know.
So stuff like that gets affected. Where like now, because they can't afford it, they will take down places that are probably spending the least. Canada.
Just like Target.
Exactly. So that's how it affects them.
Just like Lowe's.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's not enough income coming, they will shut down those places because why would they continue to pay a bill that's not recouping anything? It's not even making ends meet. The first place they're going to target is us.
I wonder what's gonna fill that Yorkdale space.
Because it's a big
The
space.
Yorkdale, Sherway Mall, Eaton Center. That's some big.
What can
gaps.
go into Nordstrom space? I don't even go into Nordstrom still.
It's
Yeah,
like a miniature of the Bay.
I know, but
With less variety still.
Yeah.
I need a like fashion designer to help me with swag and all that stuff. Like I go into these malls and I get claustrophobic. I don't know what I'm picking up. I don't know what I want. I don't know what to wear. It's like I should just get all black.
It's just high end.
Like I don't understand what looks good anymore.
Yeah, I don't really follow what looks good. I just put on my sexy.
This sounds like you're having an effect of Kanye. But you know what?
Oh shoot, okay.
This has nothing to do with Kanye for me.
I just put on my sexy boots.
This has nothing to do with Kanye for me. I'm trying to make money.
Like I'm not keeping up with Supreme. Supreme is sizzling right now, but like back at their peak, I wasn't really keeping up with Supreme.
Supreme did a very good job with their business model.
It's just a name.
I don't know anything.
It's really just a name. It's just like
Their business model, they made it like how, what is this thing called? NFTs? They made themselves like NFTs. So it's one of a kind.
It's
And
like
because,
Supreme, yeah, I see what you're saying.
right, so what
Like
is,
the OVO.
no.
whoa.
Because they'll have like
Because-
Nike OVO, like same sweater, just the stitching, and it's like $500.
No. So what they did was they made themselves the one of a kind brand. So there's only 5 that are made from Supreme, and because there's only 5 survive like in the whole collection, that is all that there will be. So if,
Really?
yes. So once it starts moving around, that's how this is the same as NFTs. You start pushing it around to whatever, whoever wants to have it at a certain bidding, the value of it now goes up because there's only 5 of them made. That's how Supreme made themselves.
I did not know that.
Because up to now, like, I don't know who owns a Supreme like that. Like, I don't see.
I know some people that
It's a
want
collector
Supreme.
piece.
It's like
People insure that stuff now. They insure
don't-
Supreme.
I don't know.
Me and my fashion brands, you know, guys.
I don't
This
know.
is how I be with fashion
Wow.
and
Yeah.
brands.
Yeah.
I'm coming to business like that.
Anything about that.
wow.
I don't know anything about fashion brands.
Ah.
I mean,
You can get a sticker and buy it for $5, and then it's valued at $50 from Supreme.
if I knew the future that certain things would be a flip, I would have done that. But
I mean, that's Jordan's for you.
I mean, yeah,
That is Jordan's. But the people are saying that they've been pricey. Like people like in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They say it's been not pricey, but like
expensive.
expensive. Yeah.
I mean, they've always
but
been
it's up now though. Like it's really up.
$200, $300.
Not like $150.
Yeah.
Like in the what 90s?
$150 for J's?
Yeah.
In the 90s?
Or in the 90s.
Yeah, but then
But
that's what I mean.
but
Now it's like
now it's
But that's the crazy. You couldn't see
bills.
now you're getting like I'm seeing $6 for certain kicks. The kicks I want, I'm seeing 6.
the kick thing is out of
And I'm
control.
just
That's-
like, I mean, hey, if
That's
you
what-
got it,
if I'm gonna do 500
That
on
goes back to
boots,
that. That goes back
I'm
to
gonna-
that one of a kind thing.
if I'm gonna do 500 on boots, I'm gonna make sure a person with Italian hands
you could float.
will make it with leather
Not the Italian.
and makes the you know the
Who
stylish
actually does the shoe carving and everything.
the shoe carving
Fits to your
fits
yeah.
it to your
your feet.
If I'm paying $5 for a shoe, that's what I'll buy. I'm not
They
paying-
hammer it in and
I'm
everything.
making it for no sneaker.
They did your whole measurement. They-
Shout out to Jordan, but no, I'm not paying that much for your sneaker. Stop it. Stop the noise.
I want some kicks. I want some J's. I want some certain. Well,
I like how one type of J is like the most popular at all. The other styles, you see people here and there, but that one style. I think it's the 23. No, I think that's the most remixed.
I don't know. I don't know the numbers. I just need somebody just dress me.
Oh,
Like,
I said, just dress me.
dress
You gotta ask the people from Silicon Valley to
I
dress
don't
you.
get no.
They can afford it.
No, they're trying to put chips into people probably. But
now this topic that you introduced to us behind the scenes, explain it, James. This
okay. How much time we have left?
We got lots. Let's go.
I'll bump a 3 minute to 20 minutes.
Okay.
We're gonna.
This is literally like a. Okay, so
No, it's,
hear me now. I just want to see
I
if it
gotta look
makes
into the
sense.
camera for this one.
So does a 200? Okay, let's say a guy, because I seen it on lip service, Ziejel, so I think it was allegedly. I don't know if I get it right. He has 200 bodies,
okay.
but he wants a lady, his wife, to have no more than 4 bodies.
No more than 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's leave it out there. I don't know how he got the bodies. I don't know how she got the bodies. I don't know anything about that. Just we're seeing that on face value,
Right.
right? Is that like demand of a person as comparable or reasonable than a woman that doesn't have 6 figures, or let's say 7 figures, or 6 and I guess $500,000 in their account? I don't know.
Okay, like a high, high hundred.
High value man.
No, let's keep it as 6 figures to 7 figures.
Okay,
Yeah.
a 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever,
High.
and a girl that doesn't have 6 figures. So sorry, let me twist it now. Let me start it over. So for a man that has a demand that has 200 bodies,
Right.
and he wants his wife to only have less than 4,
Okay.
comparable to a woman that doesn't have 6-figure money but wants a 6-figure man. Is that comparable? Is it like the same comparison when you flip the script? Because it gets to a point where it's like, is it? Because now, like, you know, in that debate we had, we hear like, oh, this woman brings this to the table. And then it's like, oh, this man brings this to the table. And all this stuff. And then it became a whole thing of like a third world, like, what is it? A third world country lifestyle in a world, try to adapt in a world of capitalism or something like that.
In a first world.
In a first world thing. So when I heard the first conversation and I heard that correlation, the first thing I said was, man, we really have time on our hands.
Oh, I mean,
because every relationship is different. I feel like there has to be a balance in a relationship. I don't know how you equalize certain things. But for the mess of mix-up, I think it's a conversation that maybe I don't have the greatest experience about, because some men say women are looking for our money, they want to be protected.
okay,
but like money doesn't really protect you all the time. And then some women will be like, oh, that guy has 200 bodies, you don't even know how he got 200 bodies. And then was like, well, that man has 6 figures, who knows how he got the 6 figures. Is it comparable? To Nazi? Because I don't. I'm like, I am staying away from this. I'll just pass it to y'all to go fight this.
Okay, so like in our previous conversation, because I had to go in on this. Clearly it's not comparable.
Oh, go okay.
Right, and 2.
One the girls
one is recreation.
Like, yes, speaks black sister, strong black sister.
Hey, I'm soft. Thank you very much.
Oh,
don't get it twisted. I'm soft.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Just can I do a little breaking news?
Oh, jeez.
Jimmy Kimmel addresses Will Smith's laugh while hosting it. Hold on.
Fun. We want you to feel safe. And most importantly, we want me to feel safe. So we have strict policies in place. If anyone in this theater commits an act of violence at any point during the show, you will be awarded the Oscar for Best Actor and permitted to give a 19-minute long speech. No, but seriously, the Academy has a crisis team in place. If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, we want you to have fun. Just do what you did last year. Nothing. Sit there and do absolutely nothing. Maybe even give the assailant a hug. And if any of you get mad at a joke and decide you want to come up here and get jiggy with it, it's not going to be easy. There are a few of my friends you're going to have to get through first. You're going to have to get through the heavyweight champ, Adonis Creed, before you get to me. You're going to have to do battle with Michelle Yeoh before you get to me. You are going to have to beat the Mandalorian before
you see, they're just leaning into it. But that's sorry. Back to what you guys are saying. Sorry, I just have to state that.
But yeah, the 200 bodies versus having some financial security. I don't know. One seems recreational while the other seems like a betterment of your life. So.
But what if it took 200 practices to get to the one person?
No,
what
if
if that person's core body is the betterment of his life?
Let me throw this because this just happened, okay? Let me just do this right now. I'm pointing the finger for real. Because you know what? As much as a man wants to turn around, and I'm going to say this, as much as a man would love to have a woman with a low body count, it will eat him alive. You want to know why?
Oh, geez.
Because As soon as he sees that this girl is doing tricks and all the works, she's pulling out the Gok 3000. She's doing all the tricks. She's throwing it back, doing whatever. And say she only got 2 partners prior to dude. He's going to look at her and be like, there's no way. No way you learned all this with 2 people. No way. He's going to sit there and think that she's lying. And you know what? The ego is going to hurt him so bad.
Oh, Lord.
So.
Which is why my thing is like, you shouldn't care really.
You shouldn't. But because it's a matter.
Wait. I said it too quickly.
Matter.
Wait, I said it too quickly. Now, if I met a woman with like 2,000 is a little like, whoa. I think I can work with it. I think. I'm not sure yet, but most of the time, it really is like it's whatever. Like,
it's honestly the fact that he had made it a point of reference to be something important. Guess what? It is going to be important. It is going to be a conversation.
So
and that's the reason why.
So you're saying that
if she went full OnlyFans,
if she went like no, not even
straight.
No,
hold on, cartwheel.
Hold on.
No, I'm talking about like the action.
The action wise.
You're
spinning on it.
If she a less count, but she could deliver, is more cautious than, I guess.
Then if she had
because you're gonna be thinking about like, let's say it was like you said, I don't know, 2 people.
2 people.
Right?
Yes.
You're telling me that man will be thinking about the next man.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
When
almost like he's in love with him or something.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, because you know what? To somebody,
that's
because
I don't know nothing about.
Because if he's gonna sit there and say, "Oh,
no such things,"
200 people. He has 200 people, right? 200 bodies.
Does he even know their birthdays? Damn.
And okay, whatever it may be, right? However long, because one of the people that we were talking to, they said, well, it depends on when he lost his virginity to where he is and his age right now.
Right.
Because then that activity also impacts the way and the rate of how many bodies he was going through. Okay, totally understood.
If Master Chief came here with a gun pointed to my head, I can't even name 200 people.
Totally understood.
How many 200 people?
Listen, but the thing is, if you're going to now sit there and say, my expectations is that you need to have this number and that's the qualifying factor, he has made it a point. He has made it a point that is the type of life that she has. Sure, if you want to say, okay, girls who have low body counts have a lifestyle like this, that does not mean that she's not a video cam girl. That does not say that she's not an OnlyFans girl. That does not say that she does not participate in sex work just because she's only slept with physically 2 people. So that's one. So let's throw that out of the gates, right? That misconception right off the bat.
She's a Twitch girl.
That's it. It's not going to sit there and say, we can't sit here and say that she is not going to be someone who engages in this type of lifestyle because she has a low number.
That
does not relate. They don't correlate. So let's throw that idea out of the whole, throw the bathwater out.
Can I interject?
Listen to people. You're lying.
Can I interject in that?
Go ahead.
Can we say that in a sense of, I'm not picking a side here.
Oh, okay.
I am. But my question, so flip the script now. Mm-hmm. Just because that man is a 6-figure man, it doesn't mean he can't be in jail the next day for scamming.
Not saying that either.
Saying he can't be a scammer and,
Not
flip bricks and click bow.
Absolutely correct.
He could be the 6-figure man for that day.
This is true.
And, as time goes by, a lot of people get reeled in a trap. Reeled in for like one thing and don't see the other side. So, as much as this, you could say that, the 2 people that he could compare himself, you can compare it in the sense of the money that you're looking for that you think that's going to preserve you or whatever. Mm-hmm. How do you even know that's his money? It could be debt. That's like someone could be 100,000, making 100,000, 6-figure man in debt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is true.
That's what I'm saying. Is it still the scale? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Is it like
getting handcuffed at dinner? That's crazy.
Yeah, but like Okay, yes,
Then
I
you
totally
get- you just get the
understand
cuffs on you.
where the money laundering
Better be Gucci cuffs.
aspects,
Better
or
be like, right?
right, or if it's scamming, or if it's like that's the other side of the coin where it's like, is this money legit money? Totally understand where you're coming from.
Why did you go to scamming?
Just
I know,
saying.
I know, JJ. I don't know why it went to scamming.
No, I'm
Clicking
just,
I said money laundering,
Clicking
it's
bow.
scamming.
no, because we're saying 6-figure,
Legit
but
money.
I don't think if just like some people, it's like you're saying, it's like this person has only has 4 bodies. I don't care. You have 4. I'm good. That's like this person has 6 figures. I don't care. You have 6. Mm-hmm. And then the dangers in both sides. It still can be a danger in both sides. But my question is it like comparison due to the dangers? Like, you know what I mean? Or is it still like, no, or no, That's my thing.
Because you could be 6 figures plumber, but there's some women that go, I don't want a plumber as my man.
6-figure garbage man.
6 figures, and they get paid good.
No, they do.
They get paid really
And they'll
well.
look at you like, eh.
I don't know about all that, but if she's really just wanting the 6 figures, then she's gonna go with the garbage man.
See, but that's the technology with certain women. They say that, but then when you say, but when you,
Yo, this
nah,
guy,
guys, listen.
This man turned into fire y'all parents. This man just twisted his whole hand up. I said, yo,
But when with certain women, you tell your profession, and all of a sudden the 6 figure just bubbles away. Like
Actually,
it bubbles away. And all
but
of a sudden,
you'd be so shocked.
they're like, why are you a carpenter?
You'd be so shocked. Actually,
Why
there are a lot of women who actually go and prospect people for their work.
listen to me. You can prospect
lot of
all
women
you
do
want.
that.
If a person doesn't want to show you something in the prospect, you're not gonna find it in the prospect.
I want to hear that.
Some people prospect, and then some people prospect in relationships, and they found out, man, if I had known this person was like this,
The emphasis on that.
you know what I mean?
But yeah, but that's like if you're only chasing the money.
Tired.
Nah,
I'm
but
tired of this woman.
but look-
I'm tired of this man. I'm tired.
But
I'm
look
tired
at-
of all these.
look at that. It's
Why?
either you're chasing
But I love you.
You're chasing the
Why?
modesty and purity versus you're chasing the longevity of a lifestyle with somebody.
Tomato.
Nah, like because if you're there thinking that homegirl is pure and so because she has less counts, right? And then you find out she's a whole like dominatrix with whatever.
Hey, yo.
Right? Versus you find homeboy, yeah, he might be the one who's cutting up in the kitchen. Like,
Electric tape is very expensive. I don't know how they afford something like that.
trust me,
Electric tape is crazy.
I just don't know how people be risking their lives like this anyways. But
Don't know. Isn't there a high chance of injury in dominatrix? Like,
there's a lot.
what if
There's
it
a
doesn't
lot.
come out the orifices? But anyways,
I don't even understand. Like, I don't want to off topic, but that dominatrix getting whipped with belts, like I don't find
it's
that.
painful and very slavery-like.
No, but it's not even saving that. But don't you feel like you're a child once again?
I apologize for saying
getting
that.
your ass beat. Like why would I want to get hit with a belt
To some
and say that
people,
it feels good?
some
leather
people
belt.
that's not.
I love that belt.
People
That
forget
wasn't their
leather-
upbringing.
People forget leather is skin, so that's skin to skin. You're basically getting slapped.
Imagine telling your girl telling you to pass you the belt,
So
and
you
that
could get
you hear
licked.
your parents telling you like what, and you're telling me
Pass the switch.
That is madness. But hey,
Some people enjoy it,
that ain't
man.
that's not for me. So
not here
there's
then.
no answer for what my question.
It's
is.
not comparable.
Well,
It's not.
I mean the dangers, like I don't know. When you weigh the dangers, though, it's close.
It's close.
It's kind of close.
But one is really
But you know what's
affecting your
funny?
life for the betterment.
Says who? Says who?
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it
Says
from
who?
a positive perspective, not from a detrimental or like the worst case scenario.
best, okay.
Look at it for the best, right?
Okay.
If dude goes to homegirl, and he's like, okay, you don't have much experience, whatever the case is, and even that's still a projection.
Okay.
Because you don't know if she doesn't have experience. The
Okay.
prior experience that she could have had with the 5 partners or less, right? It could have been a great experience and she learned so much in those relationships sexually, right? So when now being with this guy, even though her counts or her interactions with many relationships weren't many, okay, now you can leave your impression that you want with this girl. But to have it as an expectation where you think, oh, just because she has less, it's better and that's what I want. You are coming with your own idea of what you think it is, and then you're projecting that on somebody, and it may not be true at all.
But maybe that's just not. But maybe that's not what he's projecting. Maybe that's just what he wants.
He wants
what if
someone.
He's like, one man can touch his fire. She didn't need more wood for the fire.
Why would you want that? Aside from the idea that you think that someone who has a low count, a woman with a low sex count, would be modest, pure, impressionable. That's usually the reasons. It's the same as guys who say, I only date under 21.
Okay, so why would me... Okay, let's flip this.
Or 25.
Let's flip this the other way.
Really?
Okay,
just put a little 4 points up in there.
They say 18 to 21. That's the range.
Let's flip this. Let's flip this. What makes the 6-figure man give you the bereavement, you know what I mean? Whatever, the betterment.
Betterment, okay.
How can you consider a 6-figure man the betterment if all these issues can come in at the same time? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean all these issues?
The fact that he doesn't really have
saying,
6 figures. The 6 figures can go.
Look at
but
the
the
positive.
like, so,
I said we've already dealt with the detriments and
like
all the bad
lawyer,
sides. Say he's actually
working on the LRT that seems to never finish.
That's what I'm saying. He's an engineer.
Engineer, a plumber.
You know, he might be a welder.
2 jobs, welder, yeah.
So,
but the positive for the man is, hey, I can live with the fact that she only had 4 bodies. Okay. I'm in content. The man is in content. But that doesn't mean he knows the wrong he's been doing with his 200 bodies, all the things that come with it.
Yes, and
he's happy with the girl that has the 4.
But how do you know that doesn't also mean that she's gonna now want to explore more?
How do you know what the man will be broke the next day?
I'm not saying no. That's one of the risks when you have those type of jobs. I'm not going to say no. You're not going to see the person. Injury is going to be very high. Time is going to be not available because they're dedicated to their work. What else? The amount of actual things that you have to pay out to keep and maintain, whether it's licenses, permits, whether it's education and ongoing education, whether it's, like those are constant things that you're going to have to put out. Yes, I understand. There's ways that you have to move in your life altogether in order for you to maintain that.
There's a flaw on both sides.
Yes, but I understand there's a flaw on both sides. But if you're choosing, as a woman, you're choosing to be with somebody who has that type of lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't see how that would be a bad thing for you as a woman going into somebody's lifestyle, knowing that you're going to be in a partnership with somebody who is creating this type of income. You're going to learn what you're going to take away. Your kids are going to learn discipline. They're going to learn consistency. They're going to understand having a lifestyle like this. They're going to also have exposure to a different crowd of people, community. There's going to be expectations. A lot of things people don't realize. Expectations is the savior of their life, eh? But this is the other stuff. You're actually going to be paying attention. You're going to have priorities. You're going to be putting your stuff in where it needs to be. Your goals and your books and your aspirations is what you're going to be driving towards, not sex.
That man, it's his mental health.
Clearly,
whatever reason that he says, listen, I want 4 bodies.
Something happened.
All that things is good and all, but she wants 4 or less, 1 virgin, whatever they want.
I'm tired of going.
It might not be
recognizing everybody. I'm tired of it. We go to this restaurant, you know this guy. We go to a spin club, you know this guy. We went to a pottery class, and you know this guy.
You know everybody.
Wait a minute. We went in an Uber. How do you know the Uber driver?
I'm not saying that it's like that, but maybe that's that person's sanity. If your sanity is secure men and all these good perks, maybe his sanity is his mental health, knowing that this girl only did whatever with a less body count than him.
Is he religious too?
I'm not saying that.
I'm asking it.
Maybe that's his sanity, and that's okay, right?
Well, then,
is that okay? No, is that okay for him wanting what he wants?
You know what? He can, but don't be an adulteress while having it.
Well, that's
don't cheat. That is my only thing.
Okay.
Do not step out of the relationship if that is the case. Because then if you're going to go and slew around afterwards, after you said you beg and call and say, this is my preference about whatever type of girl, I'm sorry, this is very angry.
But does it go the other way with the 6-figure woman?
So if
don't cheat. If you got what you want, okay.
Right, yeah.
As long as there's some type of similarity, because when I watch them, what I seen,
but they're not similar.
Okay. All right. Okay. They're
Because
not.
again, one is dealing with recreation. The other one, that you okay?
One is
Him
dealing. It's
having
not
a peace of
recreation.
mind.
It could be his mental health. That's not fair for you to say a
Yeah.
man's
But
thing
he having
is
a-
recreational because he wants more. He could be his mental health.
Yes, I understand mental health, but what is that really? You're being possessive over somebody.
That's 200 birthdays.
That's not you. That's not a you problem. That's you now trying to control somebody else.
Not what?
Yes. It has nothing to do with you, like the other person. Like, it's you.
Does that money have anything to do with the gal?
If you come together and combine your lives together,
Okay.
it's going to affect everybody. It's a bigger thing. Even if you're making 30,000 and he's making 100,000, that's 130,000 combined.
Together,
And you are both going to live a life that's going to be the way it needs to be.
130.
That 30,000 is still a good addition to 100,000. Versus him just knowing the fact that she never slept around. Can you pay your bills though tomorrow? Or does her pum pum really matter like that? Like,
Obviously, sometimes that doesn't even matter because maybe he's the
fruit really matters.
maybe he's the six-figure guy. Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe he's a six-figure guy. I don't know. This is just a question that I seen.
Leave a comment on below.
I'm gonna leave it at that because my brain, I know better. I am not a six-figure man. No one will ever know that I'm a six-figure man. Even if I was one. Okay.
That's actually part 1 and 2.
Well-
You don't tell people what.
I'm not gonna
well,
tell you
I'm
how
a
much.
six-figure woman, so
and praise God, praise God. But I don't want nobody to know my finances. I'm broke. I'm a broke man. I am a broke man. I am a broke man.
don't wish that on yourself.
And
Don't
I'm
call it
also
on
taken, so you don't have to. Yeah, and I don't dress well. All
That's all part of the six-figure lifestyle, guys.
all of no.
You don't dress well.
Don't do that.
That's what it is. If we're gonna talk about garbage men, construction, plumbers, this and that, how often are they really dressing up? Hear me loudly, guys.
Don't look at me.
How
Anyway.
often? Okay.
Anyway,
Letting it be known.
do you have anything to drop?
I got so many things to drop, guys. So many things.
Okay.
Man,
You excited as
listen,
hell. You
I've been
excited.
living life like what?
Living life.
You're
Okay.
excited right now.
What? So definitely you should be following me on Instagram because why? All the stuff that I have going on is definitely there in my stories, on my feed, every single day, man. Like, what? I don't understand why you're not following me yet.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't understand. But yes, my Instagram is thenerdz, THENURDZZZ. You can also follow my photography page at zz.studio, TOZZZ.STUDIOTO. At the end of this month, I've collaborated with Ren's Art. You guys should know he's a Canadian artist who does and captures real live paintings, live models, and just figuration and beauty and like sensuality. So we're going to be hosting an event at the end of this month on a Thursday, and come join in, learn and be aroused with art and sensuality.
That's be aroused.
Be aroused.
Be aroused.
Yes, because this event is called Senses, and we're here to explore your senses.
I don't know.
Yes, but then on top of it, sorry, before you go, also join me in April for brunch.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Brunches, limited mimosas.
Yes.
Ah,
So this is going to be the fashion brunch. So we're here. We are celebrating all designers. Toronto, of course. We may have a few coming in. Who knows? Who knows? Definitely keep posted on our stuff. And you can definitely follow myself. So this is also another collaboration, guys, with Sunday Social, Fraternity Brand, myself, and Experience. So follow us, see what we're doing. We have all the great things. We're going to have our models back again. Last year, we had 1111 performing. We had Dolo the Gifted there as well. We had Styled by Z. And if you don't know who Styled by Z is,
Shout out
you
to her.
should
Shout out to
know.
her. Shout
She's
out
a
to her.
big
Shout out
thing.
to her.
She's one of the designers for CBC. A lot of the shows that you see, she is there, and she was there last year, so we're going to see her this year as well. We're also planning to have Lick My Fashion there, and we got a few names in the house.
What kind of name?
We got a few names, so definitely keep watching, follow, make sure to pay attention, and get your tickets. Duh. All right, I'm done.
Del Nigeria, DELNI.
This is like, yo, Del, that's hilarious.
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, support. I know this may be a bad time, but I might be looking into investment stuff here.
Yay!
I'm gonna take some risks. I'm gonna roll the dice in this casino called banking.
Woo!
And stocks.
Yes.
And see where that goes. Hopefully something extraordinary.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
You got to remind me of my thing I have to do today.
Money have to come. So money have to run because like the property taxes here are up and this is up and the vacant. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to believe that. I don't think Tory even had an affair. I think he just wanted to get out of Dodge. That's a theory I'm playing with. I think the information was just too volunteered, and I'll talk about more on another pod. But remember, DELNIJRO, Del Nigeria.
You can follow me, Jay Herneville. Back on Twitch, Lou Pistols, playing the quarry so far.
Now, sorry to interrupt. But would you consider Kick?
K-I-K?
Yeah. I heard about it, but I think I need
K-I-C-K.
I'm considering it, but I need I think I need a gaming PC for that.
Okay.
Money, so I might have to. That's money to get it. Blizzard Boys Coldest Pod out. I'm gonna be. I'll probably be at that brunch. Don't be at that brunch. I'm joking.
Well, I think we should be traveling.
If they wanted me to be a model, maybe.
Hey.
Not really, to be honest. I'm not. But yeah. Blizzard Boys Coldest Pod out. Follow me on Lou Pistols on YouTube and Twitch. I keep saying I'm gonna change my name on my Instagram, but I don't know what to change it to. Then I wanted to delete it, but then now I don't know what I want to do it. So I gotta figure. I'm gonna be traveling again.
Okay.
I'm going to Orlando.
What is the next location?
Orlando.
Florida. Oh,
Florida.
Florida.
I'm going to I'm gonna be going.
Put some protection on you. That's Florida. That's Florida's a little
Orlando.
Hey.
For a bit.
No, Florida's a whole.
I'm gonna be going. I'm gonna be out and about. For business though, it's not like, but it's funny because I feel like it's a blessing because I could say I've been to Vegas too many times.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like it's it's interesting, but it's not like super interesting for me. Like it's good, but like it's just like I don't know. It's different when you go there more than once. It's like. You've seen what you've seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? But other than that, it's a blessing. I'm gonna try to be out more. I do want to go to a brunch though.
Yes.
The best brunch I had was in New York, and I want to go to a brunch because I didn't know they had in New York. I heard of unlimited mimosas and stuff like that. I never knew they had that here. And now I've heard they're finally bringing stuff like that here, and I'm like. I want to go to brunch, but I don't know who to go with. And I need to get out more. That's for sure. Network and collab. That's for sure. Network and collab. Different pods. What up? What you saying? Toronto podcast. What's going on, yo? What are we trying to do? Take it to the next level. Is this what it is? We're just gonna be isolated with each other. We're not gonna collab, or we're gonna collab with the stars of pods and just what are we doing here? What are we doing? How are we going to help each other all take it to the next level? How are we going to do this? How are we going to build our own infrastructure? How's this going to work? How are we all going to get paid? How is this going to work? You know?
Get paid, don't worry.
Help us understand. Help us understand. We all have some type of talent that we can put together. We could probably all create a network if really take over each day of a week with all the podcasts we have. You know? Just something to think about when you're editing your podcast and watching another person's podcast and being like, oh, they're good at what they're doing. Oh, I like what they're doing. Or hating on other podcasts. Just something to think about that, you know. Maybe we all should just work together and become something, you know. Because I'm not going to hate on any of y'all. We already worked a lot, worked hard to get where we need to get, and we're not where we want to be. And a lot of y'all not where you want to be neither. But we all try to get there, you know. We all try to get there and become great. Love you guys. Love all you Toronto podcasts. I was to all you guys. Blessings. Any questions, concerns, and complaints, and collaborations, send it to askthevent@gmail.com.
Oh,
Jamal.com.
Compliments.
Yeah, Jamal. askthevent@gmail.com. We're on IG.
You take out the I, it's Jamal.com.
Okay.
You want to take that in, man? Don't do it
Even
lyrics.
with the eyes, Jamal.
I mean,
let them type it wrong and be like, I sent you an email and it didn't go through. But the Vent Pod on Instagram. We're on all social media platforms.
Yep.
We're on the YouTube.
Yep.
And yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
the TikTok that might get banned, I think. That too.
For the last days of TikTok, we're there too. So you guys take it easy.
Please take it easy, yeah.
Shout out to Studio 1332. I'll say that. Shout out to them for your studio needs. I know studio in the East End. We'll be back there soon. And thank you guys for watching. This is The Vent. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Wash your hands.